So there you have it. The Samp Army winning the toss, choosing to have a bowl. You heard the words there from Stephen Taylor. And Stephen Taylor himself is now in the middle. First delivery that you see there from Keon Joseph. Off and running here. The Atlanta Fire being put into bat by the Samp Army. And Walters, I'm happy to be joined right here by Atar Ali Khan. Good morning, Mr. Atar Ali Khan.
Morning, Brian, and good morning, all. Yeah, it is a lovely morning here, and there's no hesitation from Aaron Jones winning the toss and deciding to bowl first. Condition pretty conducive for the bowlers, especially the first few overs. The power play, crucial.
Keon Joseph, the man with the new ball in hand. This is now right to deep Darbar. Short delivery, pulled into the outfield. A long run for deep backward square leg. Won't go all the way to the boundary, but they'll jog through if we needed to. High-powered clash here to start things off on this Thursday morning, Mr. Atar Ali Khan.
We were expecting some fireworks here because both the teams, remember, have played two matches apiece, and they have a 100% winning track record.
Mhm.
So both will be trying to make an early impression here.
It'll be interesting. This is a top of the table clash. High-powered teams, both of them very well stacked. We'll go through some of the individual players shortly. So Keon Joseph again. Slash, and did he get a tickle on that? Yee, wanting to look at it, don't know that they're, in fact, they're celebrating. Is that given? It was given. So that is, I believe, the first wicket. There's an edge and straight to the keeper. First wicket down.
Yeah, it's a really wide delivery, and don't know what the batter was thinking. Try to chase it, and in the end, just a bit of a tickle and straight to the keeper. It's a pretty decent catch as well. Look how wide that is. It was a little bit low to his right side, but early success for Samp Army. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Pick up an early wicket. Atlanta Fire, 3 for 1.
So now, after Alex Khan, we worked the Atlanta Fire game yesterday. We talked about the fact that they play one game, a very truncated game because they only had a few runs to chase, and so the game itself lasted for probably less than an hour and a half. Yesterday they struggled in the game. Do you think that some of that lack of match practice might be contributing to a relatively slow start here?
They need to take that out of their head. I mean, yes, the batters have not put their hands up to score runs. They only chased 44 in that first game against St. Louis Americans, and then in the last match against the Smashers, they struggled to cross over in the end, losing 6 wickets to chase 75 odd. But they need to understand that, especially early morning batting, is not going to be easy. It's more of a case of a survival. So they need to survive and ensure they don't lose too many wickets. If you do, then trouble for Atlanta Fire.
Trouble indeed. This is Mark Parchment who has come to the crease, three for one wicket down. Talk a little bit more about that because they're wet, moist conditions. Maybe the pitch is a little bit tacky, as you heard from the toss report. What do you think the approach should be from these batters?
Take your time. Take your time and don't play any rash shots. Shot selections will be the key because there will be opportunities to score runs. So wait for it.
Oh, sailing through to the keeper at pace. Tell you what, this is a good start by the fast bowler Keon Joseph. Very heavily built, stocky, good strong shoulders, it looks like. Ball zipping through at pace to the keeper.
It's still a little bit too wide for my liking. If I was a skipper, I'd just say I have a few words with him. Get the ball closer to the bat. Yes, he's picked up a wicket, but you got to get it a little bit closer. Look how wide that is again.
This time it's a little bit closer. Fourth stump line into the outside, no run. So one ball remaining here in over number one. A good start for Keon Joseph.
And for Samp Army.
Sam Farmy, absolutely.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what they wanted to see.
Oh,
Go and bowl in the good areas and ask questions. Yes, they've managed to pick up a wicket. It's a good start. It's a good start for Samp Army.
talked about the fact that they had such a straightforward victory in the first game. I'll say more about that after the end of the over. Last ball of the over coming up. Goes through, bounces a second time before it gets to the wicket keeper. Sneh Patel. That is the end of one, a successful one for the Samp Army. Scores 3 for 1. So 3 for 1 is your score. Second over to be bowled by Shadley Van USA, let's call him batting all-rounder. Maybe you can argue he's a bowling all-rounder, but good, solid impact player as well. Bowling now to Stephen Taylor. So these are two USA team members matching up against each other. Going back to Atlanta Fire, by virtue of the fact that they won so easily on the first day, they have a huge net run rate advantage. So they are at the top of the table, even though they and Samp Army have the same number of victories, two up and none down. But again, put on the back foot early here for from the first over. There's a wicket. This is again Shadley Van Skokvik coming from the northern end of the ground to Stephen Taylor. Leading edge that time trickles into the covers for no run.
Yeah, both the opener bowlers bowled really well, especially in the last match when they had St. Louis Americans bowled out for 86. Yes, it was Keon Joseph who bowled the first over, 3 for 21 in that match. And Shadley Van also very economical in 3 overs that he bowled. He picked up a wicket and gave away only 11 runs. So they're up against some quality bowling here. Atlanta Fire, they need to do something special here.
Around the wicket to Stephen Taylor. Oh, what a great delivery. That's going to get through. Did that get off the edge? He'll get four. Watch for the umpire's signal here. In fact, it's four off the edge, signaling here by umpire Mark Ebanks. So that would have tickled the edge and gone through for four.
Definitely a chance there by Brian Walters. And it looked like a pretty straightforward chance for me. I'll have another look here in the replay. Genuine edge. Yeah. Oh, maybe just a little bit too much. It just moved away
Hmm.
and not close enough. Maybe the slip fielder was standing a little bit wide because it went through the slip and the keeper.
Hmm.
Lovely delivery.
Confident this time. Run out opportunity. Fires at the non-striker's end. I tell you what, Mark Parchment was looking to steal a run. Stephen Taylor not interested. In the end, no run.
These are the things that Atlanta Fire will be hoping that they don't go on to lose more wickets here because as we spoke earlier, the batters have struggled in this tournament so far. Yeah, there's got 2 wins out of 2 matches.
Oh, Shadley Van Skokvik gets this one wrong. Full toss, loopy full toss, struck straight down the ground for six.
Yeah, the skipper on song here. Stephen Taylor. Juicy full toss. And his eyes lit up. It smashed it down the ground, right on the side screen for the maximum.
See this replay coming up here. Shadley Van Skokvik trying to go for the slower delivery, but gets it wrong. And Stephen Taylor only too happy to accept that gift. Straight down the ground for six. I suspect he won't see a slow, loopy full toss this time. Staying around the wicket to the left-handed Stephen Taylor. Has him hopping. Much better delivery. Good length. That ball.
Yeah, back of the length and a bit of a bounce also.
Mhm.
So tucking him for room. Mm. As long as you spend time as a batter, this surface will be good for batting. Remember the last time Kingsman X played yesterday. They were 38, but in the first six without losing a wicket.
Off the back foot. Should just be a single. Yes. Jonathan Fu at mid-off. Single to close things out in over number two. Good over, apart from the full toss that went for six. 11 runs came from it. 14 for 1 is your score after two. For Keon Joseph to continue. First over that he bowled went for three, so very good over there. And he took a wicket, so good start with the ball for him. Even though Atar Ali Khan, I think you said a couple of times he wanted to bring that ball a little bit closer to the stumps, wanting to force the new batters to play when the ball is still new.
It's important because if you bowl stump to stump, then you have an opportunity to pick up wickets.
Mhm. Off the back foot, forcing this into the covers, no run.
Such a good-looking shot that is from Stephen Taylor for nothing.
Mhm. Yes.
Goes really on the back foot and played that beautifully. Good piece of timing, but straight to the fielder. That's why batters need to, once they get their eye in, so important to pick the gaps up.
Mhm. Bowling over the wicket to the left-handed Stephen Taylor. So that brings in Shadley Van Skalkvik, who is at first slip into play. So keep an eye on that ball that slants across the left-hander. Goes for the pull, misses out on that. There's a man in the deep at square leg. He'll want to watch that. That ball.
Is look to play a little bit more aggressively. Stephen Taylor, just on a slower side, the ball not coming onto the bat because it can hold up because of the conditions, the early dew, so much dew when we come early in the morning,
Mhm.
and it does takes an effect on the surface. So you got to be spot on in terms of the shot that you intend to play, especially when the ball is doing a little bit in favor of the bowler.
Bang on target this time, making the batters play, which is what you want. Three dot balls to start over number three.
Yeah, that's how you create the pressure. John Joseph was excellent in the previous match when he picked up 3 for 17. And once again, he's on target. Bang on target.
Mm.
All right on stumps. He has the back of the length, a hint of a movement coming into the left hander.
Just from the few deliveries that we've seen, even though he took a wicket with the to the right-handed Rajdeep Darbar, it almost seems like he's bowling a better line to the lefty than to the righties. Next ball to Stephen Taylor. Off the back foot four. Standing tall and punching that through extra cover. Outfield is slow, but it will get to the boundary for four.
He's a free flowing batter, Stephen Taylor, and you can see the aggressive mindset that he has. Well, again, a lovely looking shot of the foot, this time through the covers. Wow, what a shot.
Absolutely brilliantly timed. Stephen Taylor is a powerful stroke maker. You stood next to him. He's a big man and very athletic, despite, I don't want to say despite his size. That sounds like I'm being pejorative, but he's very athletic and very strong. And so that punch off the back foot is one of his signature shots. Slash and a miss. That ball.
It's important for the skipper himself because he's in the middle and he knows that what the ball is doing. At times it might be slow off the wicket, but he's got a bit of a start here. 16 of 12. He smashed one down the ground for a six. Played a couple of good shots on the offside of the back foot. So he needs to ensure that he stays on. Once you have this kind of a start, then if he can just hang on and play a long innings, it can be really good, not just for himself, but also for Atlanta Fire.
Last delivery over number three. A bit of a maybe sponge bounce that time, missing the cut. That's a dot ball. So five dot balls and a boundary in that over. Good one overall. 4 runs coming from it. Score after threes, 18 for one.
Yeah, that was width off. Huh?
So again, 18 for one after three. Mentioned earlier about the matchups in Group A. Atlanta Fire is at the top of the table. Samp Army number two, both on 4 points, but the net run rate for the Atlanta Fire, based on that tremendous victory they had the first day, 5.79. That is a tremendous net run rate. And even though the Samp Army also have been dominant, their net run rate is 3.75. So by virtue of that, Atlanta Fire is the higher ranked team as of right now. Lost a wicket early, but Stephen Taylor and Mark Parchment are both trying to rebuild things here. So Shadley Van Skalkvik back into the attack for his second over. Whoa. Good pace of delivery. Well played in the end by Mark Parchment, dropping the wrist, keeping everything out of trouble.
A bit of a surprise factor if you can look at his reaction. Again, that extra bounce. He's rolling the fingers over. That's not a bad idea, especially early on, to see how can you really put a little bit of doubt on the batter's mind.
It's a backward point this time. That is tall left arm, orthodox spinner, Rajnanan. You'll see him later on. How do you think spin is going to play on this wicket?
Well, I think spin will play a big part here because all the matches that has been played here, spinners have played a very good part. Yeah, provided they need to bowl in the right areas.
Mhm.
If they don't, then runs are on offer.
Down the ground, and that's going to go all the way for six, is it? Yep. Lovely strike straight down the ground. Maybe Shadley Ben Scott be getting this one a little too full. Straight down the ground for six.
Well, Mark Barchman opens the account with a lovely shot down the ground. It's gone the distance. We've already seen a six from the skipper. This time it's the right hander. Uh, Taking his time, but that is a terrific hit. Picking up the length so very quickly and he smash it down the ground. They both are now batters looking good.
So you're obviously still inside the power play. Field isn't deep or square and behind the square. So you want to be a little bit shorter than that, whipping it away into that fielder deep square leg. So that's more the delivery you expect inside the power play with a man in the deep.
Yeah, he's got only one deep square leg, and once you start to bowl short pitch deliveries to the batters, especially to the right hander we've seen, he can still pick up gaps because there's a huge gap
Mhm.
between the mid wicket fielder and also deep square leg. So important for both the batters to try to pick up the gaps. It's good going. Yes, they lost an early wicket, Atlanta Fire, but since then both the batters are looking pretty comfortable.
Certainly looking comfortable. Partnership worth 22. Oh, lovely shot by Stephen Taylor. High front arm that's running away down the ground. That's almost a better shot than the six that he hit down the ground.
Again, really good piece of batting here. What he's done here is once he sees the ball is pitched up, he's not playing along the ground. What he's doing is he's hitting it over the top of the infield. There you go.
Mm,
And it's a nice follow through also. I thought he didn't middle it, but still enough on the bat to get it across the boundary ropes. So another very good shot down the ground.
absolutely. Last delivery of the over around the wicket to Stephen Taylor. Played back down the ground. Maybe a couple more runs here. In fact, that's going to run away for four more. So lovely batting by the captain. Takes 15 runs from Shadley Van Skalkvik's second over. Score after four is 33 for one.
Oh, no, that's a shot of the day for me. Look
Oh,
at that. Stand and deliver on the onside. There was a fielder at mid on, and he had no chance whatsoever. Great piece of timing. Another boundary to finish the over. It's 33 for 1.
so earlier you saw Vinod Mamchan with the pitch report. Mamchan's heart is going to be beating just a little bit faster now because the man with the ball in hand is Liam Mamchan. The Mamchan, good pace bowler, stockily built. I would give him about 6'1" or so. Sharp, coming off an injury, he's been injured over the last year or so, but now coming back into full form. And he's thrown in here at the danger end because you're still inside the power play. 2 overs remaining. And so his job now is just going to be to keep it thereabouts, short of length on off stump, and see what he can get done here with Mark Parchment. Hammered away into the deep. There's a man out there. Did he take that catch? No, it was put down. But his Rajnanan on the deep mid-wicket boundary could have had a wicket his first ball.
Yeah, dropped. Not an easy chance. Once he pulled that away, oh, looks like he was in business, but it just died down. A little bit better effort in the D would have fetched him his first wicket or the very first delivery in his very first over.
Oh, boy. Hearts were in our mouths there because he was hit that cleanly, but straight toward that fielder in the deep. So a single from the very first ball very much could have been a wicket. Now the left-hander Stephen Taylor on strike, bowling around the wicket to Stephen Taylor. Watch the man at deep mid-wicket on for the left-hander because Stephen Taylor is very strong in that area. Good delivery, bang on target. Rolling stop by mid-on that time. That's Keon Joseph, no run.
Nicely played. Right behind the line of the ball and presenting the full face of the bat. And that has been the key feature of his batting, Stephen Taylor. The number of boundaries that is picked up is down the ground, trying to play in the V.
Mhm.
And that's what you expect, especially from the top order.
Ooh, misses out on the pull here. That one not quite bouncing as much as he was expecting, Stephen Taylor.
Pace of the ball, pace of the ball. That's a good delivery, knowing that both the batters, especially Stephen Taylor, is in an attacking mood. So not a bad idea to take the pace of the ball. He didn't pick that one up. It's clever, clever piece of bowling from Liam.
So halfway through the over, one run conceded, but he has to finish strong here. Well bowled, bang on target. They'll sneak a single, underhanded throw, not able to get anything on it. So they'll sneak a single, but good over on the way here for Liam Mamchan.
That's a good delivery. It's a good Yorker. And nicely dug out because it was on target. It was on stumps. Was it close enough? I know what the bowler is attempting to bowl the Yorker. Yeah, made a bit of an inside edge also.
Mhm.
Yeah, Derek Edward could have been interesting, but in the end, just a single.
So last two balls coming up here in over number five, Liam Mamchan. A couple of runs in his first four balls. Should have had a wicket the very first delivery that he bowled, but here he is again down the ground, but straight to mid on. Solid strike, but no run.
That's one of the areas where the batters will need to take a bit of a more advantage because it was there. That should have been put away. So it's got away with that. And you've already seen now how the batters, both the batters, not just one, both the batters are looking to pick up boundaries. Reason you can see the long on now being put back from mid on to long on. The fielder goes back.
Final delivery for over number five. Here toward us, that's going to go all the way for six. Clean strike over the top of extra cover. Good shot, maybe just a touch too full and too wide from Liam Mamchan. And Mark Parchment cashes in for six.
Well, I can tell you one thing: the pitch is really good for batting, as far as I'm concerned. Have a look at that shot, clean as a whistle. Has gone and done some serious damage. Has gone for the maximum. That is a lovely shot to finish the over. Atlanta fire 41 for one after five. Well, it's just what? No, but that drop catch. That's cricket, isn't it?
Well, we mentioned him earlier. Rajnanan put that catch down. Wasn't not an easy catch at deep mid wicket from the first ball of Liam Mamchan's over, but he's now going to be coming into the attack to bowl the last over of the power play. Left arm orthodox. Interesting matchup here to the left-handed Stephen Taylor.
It's a very good start. It's an excellent start. Just the kind of start that Atlanta Fire would have hoped for. They knew that after losing the toss, they would go in and need to bat first. But that aggressive nature of batting has taken them to 41 in no time. And I think this is a wonderful start. And they need to cash in and put out a really big total here.
Well, the platform is certainly set. An early wicket, but the partnership now worth 30 hits. into now over number 6. Good start. Captain 25 from 18. Mark Parchment. Oh, Captain whipping this away down the leg side for 4. Maybe 2 straight from around the wicket. Captain helps himself to 4 runs.
Yeah, great hand and eye coordination here. He's not missing out. I think it can turn out to be a very special innings, and the way he has batted Steven Taylor, my word, another one goes to the boundary. Yeah, again picking the length so very quickly,
Mhm.
and then hitting it nearly a 6, but a 4 in the end. So 6 in the previous over of the last delivery and 4 in the first delivery of this over. Yeah, turning out to be a great start for Atlanta Fire.
Oh my goodness. Staying around the wicket, Rajnanan. Down the ground. 4 more. Stand and deliver stuff.
Well, they're dealing in boundaries here. That is a top shot. Again, down the ground, full and straight. Says, thank you very much. I'll whip it away for another boundary. He's dealing in boundaries now. 5 4s and a 6 to Steven Taylor in his innings of 33.
Oh my goodness. That was beautifully struck. Straight down the ground. One of the most elegant shots that you'll ever see.
6 4s. Correction.
Absolutely dealing in boundaries. That's well bowled. And they'll steal a single here. Wait to see what the indication is here from umpire Mark Ebanks. Oh, inside edge. Okay, so that, by the way, brings up the 50. So 50 on the board. Early wicket, but they put together a good partnership here, this pair.
That's absolutely brilliant. And that's exactly what you want to see from your teammates. Okay, fine, you lose an early wicket, but you go in and you're still staying positive. They're looking pretty focused. And mind you, the number of boundaries that they've picked is very good. 6 4s and 3 6s already in this innings.
Quicker delivery, no run there. I think they took your advice because you said, yes, you want to be careful. So keep it in the V, no slogging. But if the ball is there to be hit, you cash in. And I think that's exactly what they've done so far.